When?
Now.
Oh,
She got it. She did it herself.
first try?
Yeah.
What?
Down here. It's your street. Which is. So, not my bad. If you want to open chat, just check sort of down here. There you go. It's a little bit.
But basically, instead of doing Inktober, I'm going to be making my own list for like monsters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I would probably do your Monstober list.
do it. It's got different, like, I don't want the themes to be super specific, like drama. I want it to be vague, like aquatic or undead, and then people can come up with whatever they want to. Because the guy who made Inktober trademarked it and basically used something that an entire community enjoyed to make money off of it, and only him. He sent a bunch of like lawyers out to attack small artists who had projects like sold up on Etsy instead of their own Inktober work.
Right.
So everyone's kind of pissed about it. Overhead. So I'm like, I want to draw monsters.
White, is it easy to understand?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Good.
Now, likewise, we should have very good connectivity. My screen is dark.
Which one's dark?
Also, the overhead looks like. Hang on, creepers. We're setting. We're just making sure we got the cameras good. We're live. Thank you.
Are we live?
We are. Yes, we're live.
Okay. Which camera are you using?
Overhead.
Oh, go to the phone cam.
All right, creepers, just give me 1 second. We need to go back and change this real quick. We're not going to go off the air. We're just going to change something real quick.
Do we lose camera?
No, I just need to bring it back up again.
Did the camera get darker when we kicked over to live?
Okay.
I think it's looking a lot better than what it did whenever I got
You were live. They're looking at you right now.
here.
In this camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause this camera has big words on it that says, "How do I connect?" question mark, which I've never seen before. So, why does my camera lie? Jacob, that is your real name.
I'm Newbie Tech Kid. Newbie's Tech Screamer.
Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that up there.
Well, it says it's working according to their screen, so.
That's good. Are comments rolling in?
Yes.
Okay,
Cool.
great.
37 people are watching.
Holy moly.
Get busy.
Now I gotta do stuff and
Yeah,
stuff.
get stuff. And
All right.
Say hi to Chelsea.
Hello.
Are they saying hi to Chelsea?
Yes.
Great.
Hello.
And who are you saying hi to? To shout out your hellos like we normally do?
No. Because Jacob is showing you something. You're on the road for a minute.
Okay.
Handle it, you.
I don't, all right. Sorry. I'm glad you showed up. Don't know who you are yet, but I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna work on,
Pumpkin.
I gotta make some leaves real quick.
Oh, you gotta finish this little collar.
Yes.
I like that idea.
But I'm gonna do that real fast right here.
Nice.
We're going to finish out the pumpkin guy. And then once we get the pumpkin guy done, then we're gonna mold him.
I'm excited.
2-piece mold. One of the reasons why Chelsea is here to learn how to 2-piece mold.
I'm assuming 3-piece molds work in similar method, just
Yes, this
separate
is just
separately.
more. And I'll tell you what I want you to do I'm calling old person privilege. You grab that stool and I'm taking your chair.
Aren't there two of these chairs?
Yeah,
Oh.
Shannon's got one.
Dang.
Okay. What am I got?
One of these wonderful chairs.
Steal my chair. You're welcome. I kept it warm for you.
Chelsea, your double row of teeth is awesome.
Yay! Thank you.
Hey guys, Jacob's got me all set up with all the cameras.
Yeah, wife is master control.
Actually, it's kind of good because now that I'm shorter, I can see
Hello
up here
from
better.
Scotland.
Hello.
There's a stool over there. Is that Field Walker Masks or Harry Beastie?
It is. So sorry I didn't show up last night. It was my grandfather's birthday yesterday, says Evan Chill.
That's no excuse. Actually, that's perfectly fine. That's a perfectly valid excuse.
Stopping me.
Never. I would cease to exist.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so I was making leaves for a collar, and I'm just going to crank out a bunch right here. And throw them on him real quick.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
Which one's dark?
Where Chelsea is, she's in a bit of a dark spot.
Well, that's because she is almost the center of the room,
Yeah.
and until I get a light on that, where that fan is, she's just going to be dark
Okay.
because of where she is. That's her personality shining through. That's what that is.
Jacob, everything just went tiny. Rob, what do you? Just went tiny? Titty? What do you mean, Rob? 10 sounding. It sounds like 10. Echoing.
So, does it sound like 10 for everyone or just one person?
How's it sound, guys? 10 sound. Echoing. Any better?
We haven't done anything.
Speak.
Oh, so
Talking.
one time at Monster Camp,
It sounds like it's in a talking.
okay,
Where's the mic? Which mic?
Big Dog says sound sucks. It's the fan.
well, no, because the fan has been on plenty of times before, and the mic was fine with the fan.
Is that the mic we used before?
And I am,
The above camera is doing that?
well, it's one microphone for everything.
Oh. This is your titty. You're in a tunnel.
You want to change the USB port the mic is plugged into?
I just changed the setting on here.
How's
Okay.
it sound on that?
So I'm
How's
just
it
gonna,
sound right now, guys?
I'm just gonna keep talking, and
Monster Camp?
I'm going to talk through making these leaves. Basically, I'm cutting out some simple leaf shapes. I'm not super worried about it. I can blend them out a bit once they're on. And we're trying to get the sound better.
So
It is a
that
technical
away,
glitch.
So it's the overhead cam. So if I
So
go back to the overhead cam, guys.
there you go. All right, so there we go. This is a leaf, pretty much. And
Change is better.
is it better?
That's good. Keep talking.
Okay, well, here I am, still making a leaf. You know how leaves work. I'm putting the veins into the leaf.
Overhead. Overhead is not good. Okay.
That's weird that one camera is affected when it's the same mic for everything. Jacob, is that accurate still? Or are you using the different camera mics?
Or you want to see, it should be the same one.
Okay. All right, so once again, I'm pounding out a leaf, and I'm probably going to make about 10 of these. I think that's about how many I need. And what I'm making is kind of oak leafy, but that's okay. No one should call this character on it and say, hey, you're a pumpkin with oak leaves. I think it'll be fun. No one has stopped Godzilla and said, hey, you're not Canadian. Because his back looks like a maple leaf, kind of. Get it?
Like
Yeah.
scales.
Yeah. So anyway,
One mic has a ring sound.
well, we're only using, Now, the microphone was unplugged from there, Jacob, and then plugged in somewhere else. Did you replug it back into its normal spot?
Yes.
Okay.
Volume in and out.
The volume is in and out. See, guys, honestly, it is stuff like this that makes me reticent to get too technical, because there's a technical threshold of what I understand. And then once we get past that and I don't understand it, I can't help or fix.
I'm kind of the same way.
Like right now, I'm here,
Now sound is back to soft like the previous camera.
okay? So it sounds like the sound is going from camera to camera when it should all be coming out of one mic.
Probably try one of those settings over there.
I did change my computer's microphone to this main microphone earlier today.
Audio is low.
Is there a microphone output that we can do in the main settings on the computer? Would that affect it, Jacob?
Soft. Audio is low.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay. All right. I should not sit here and try and second guess my tech guy, because I'm not a tech guy per se.
Before I start finishing this up, what other textures do you think I should add? Should I add some sort of scaling on top of here?
Visual reference. Look at your references.
It's an action
Let's
figure.
look at your references together.
He's an action figure.
Well, not every single thing made of him is an action figure. There's some cool paintings and
All
stuff of
camera
him.
now have the same sound. Tin sound is gone.
I see a brow shape on here that I really like that I'm going to add on this.
Say,
How it goes from the brow into the point, I'm going to add more, but I think that right there.
yeah, that's good.
Camera up to your ear, you can hear the vocal. You should be able to see in your OBS scene, to see what mic has been chosen for each scene. You can
Oh,
say-
Jacob, I want to let you know, they are going to try to help you.
Oh, yeah.
You might know what you're doing, and they are going to try to help you.
I appreciate
I will be
that.
having problems that I have fixed 10,000 times, and I get so much help. Of like, you could hit it with a door. You could throw it off the roof. I'm like, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I got this one. So just be patient.
Is there a chance that the fan is giving you a problem?
I believe so.
What is different is it's a big coil of cable right there next to it. So that's a big electromagnetic interference. If you cut that cable and let it dangle down, or coil the cable up over there on that side, because I think you have a giant ring of electromagnetic interference 1 foot away from that microphone. That would be my guess. And there's more data running through that cable when it's on the overhead cam. And that's when they said the sound was worst. I'm deducerating.
Man, now that I saw you ate Whataburger, I want some Whataburger.
Hey y'all, I just changed the sound or a setting on the microphone. Is that louder, softer, ringier, tinnier,
Here.
all of the
So
adjectives that you
change the
describe it.
sound setting. Now, you can't judge from that because he was just 12 times louder than he's been all day. So
So keep talking.
I'm trying to keep talking at the same rate to see if there's an actual change. But they did say it was better there for a while. So, yes, you have
Sounds
joined.
good, Same, soft, same, not tinny.
Okay. Now, same as in it is on most nights, or same as it is when it's not tinny but it's still too quiet. The same does not help us with descriptive.
Jamie Thaxton says the sound's good.
Okay. That's encouraging.
It is.
Jacob, I'm glad to see you still breathing. We are concerned about the debacle we dare not speak of.
Oh.
Sounds good on my end. It's good on the camera, not tinny. Sounds better, not so low. It's hard to. Don't worry, Lisa. Yeah, don't. Listening to me, I'm not the talker. Please talk, Helen.
Yeah, okay.
Keep
So
talking.
I'm talking. And look at me make these leaves. I'm making the heck out of
He's
some
making
leaves.
Some leaves. Leaves are awesome.
Yeah, I gotta make about 10 of these guys to finish out the Pumpkin Man's collar. And as soon as I get that collar finished, we're gonna mold it. So that we're not gonna be long. Probably start that molding at 8 p.m.
Turn it
There
off.
you go.
I'm turning off the fan.
Oh, okay.
Which one is it?
It's the switch closest to the door. That will make it uncomfortable in here in a short amount of time.
I wanna see if this is.
Okay.
Okay, I have turned off the ceiling fans.
It's,
Guys, I need to know, do you have a change in sound, yay or nay?
yeah,
Fan is off. How is our sound?
yeah. The fans were running every other time we've done it, so they are not a factor that has changed.
Keep talking, Alan.
Okay, so
No difference, no.
this leaf.
Still sounds like a fan is going through. Down's voice is clear, not sounding like a tin can anymore, the way you.
Okay,
It's not the fan.
so no, not the fans. Turn those back on. Woo.
Keep talking.
Was that air conditioner?
Normally I would use leaves. What's that?
Was that air conditioner?
Those are
On,
always
air
on.
conditioning.
They're always on. The only different thing I'm telling you is that cable right there. You have a giant coil of cable a foot away from the microphone, and if it's the overhead cam that was the problem, that's the cable going to the overhead cam. All we have to do is a little bit of snip, let that cord drop down, and then let's see if it sounds any better. I'll do that right now. Because I have a firm belief we have electrical interference.
It's all you, Chelsea.
Oh, that is the other factor that has changed, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's here.
I'll leave.
You have Aura?
An aura.
I don't even like fried aura. Okay, so try that camera and microphone now.
Now that you're right there, I think that helped a lot.
It did. Bring this one down to this size. This one's bigger. You've got half an inch here,
Stealing your letter.
and you have like an inch there.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay?
Where?
See the distance from the end to my finger? Right, this distance?
So
And
shake
then
this one down?
if I do the same here, I'm right on it. So make those distances the same. So how'd that do?
Says my end sounds fine. Has that had?
Okay.
Please keep talking.
All right, so I am talking. I am talking about these leaves.
Leaves are awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fall soon.
Too soft?
We call it fall because leaf fall down.
Leaf fall down.
That's why we call it fall. It's a lovely time of year. It's a time of year for Halloween.
Halloween.
Love Halloween. Chelsea, do you have any special Halloween plans?
Not. Do
Trying
I?
to figure out what's going on with the world first?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's a fair statement. I would like to know what's going on in the world.
But I'm gonna
Okay,
be
so
sending
other
out.
than perhaps it says sounds good. It's just white noise. I can hear you fine. Sounds
Okay.
better.
In October, that's probably when I'm gonna get out all my masks in, so I'm gonna be busy sending out all those orders.
Yeah.
You sound the same for a while now.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Sounds better.
Okay. All right. So we now know that it sounds better. And knowing is half the battle. The other half of the battle is blue lasers and red lasers. With the occasional, that's like 48% is blue lasers and red lasers, and the other 2% is the occasional crossbow bolt and falcon. Because G.I. Joe had some real obscure techniques.
Or not.
Wasn't there a guy who just threw footballs in G.I. Joe? I
I
think that
remember
there was.
the only old show that I watched was the original Transformers because that was the best.
I see. Yeah, that's a real old show you watched there. Okay, that's pretty old. The original Transformers, when was that on?
I
Like
think
80s?
it was like 70s, 80s.
Not 70s?
Not 70s?
Sit down. No, not 70s. And you can grab a stool. The stools are taller.
I'm kind of,
Okay.
I'll grab it whenever.
Yeah. Evenness is the big deal.
Thanks, Scott Colhart just posted Chelsea's link on Etsy.
Yes, thank you. I got my new masks up there right now.
What kind of masks are you doing?
I did 10 new designs. I have a jack-o'-lantern, a gas mask, like a generic toothy monster mouth,
Okay.
alien predator,
Okay.
a kabuki style oni, another Godzilla one that has red flames instead of the blue one, a kraken,
No.
and I can't remember what else we bought.
This one takes-
Good old Kraken mask. And these are all fabric face masks,
Yes,
right?
and they have filter pockets.
And this is a pre-order all off
Yes.
of your art that you've done.
Yes.
And you will distribute them.
Yes.
Uh,
Once I get them in.
Do you think that'll be early October, late September?
Probably early October.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to bet face masks will still be a thing.
Yeah.
We are halfway to our leaf goal. Everybody, keep donating leaves. We're halfway to our leaf goal.
Just go outside and fix them up.
I'm just making a bunch of leaves. You know what? The first one that I did, you guys were all busy doing other stuff, but I have a fake leaf and I laid it in the clay and I used a little roller and I rolled it out and you could barely
nice.
tell.
Oh.
You could barely see the texture. I'm like, well, that's not worth it. That is not worth all that effort.
It looks totally different in your shop with the lighting. I bet it helps a bunch.
was about
I
to say-
do like the lighting.
Did you get new lights?
I did.
Okay.
I
I
changed-
walked in and like, there's something different.
It's brighter. We got new lights. They're all LED now.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they're good. I'm going to add 2 more. Now, what it has done though is these are so much brighter that there's more shadow. The darks are
Yeah.
darker. There's more shadow here in the shop, and that's okay because the light stuff is lighter. Before they were fluorescent and there was a lot of light bounce, and now this is a harsh white light, which I don't mind. I like it.
I like it too.
What is on the agenda tonight?
Tonight, I'm going to make these. I've made a whole pile of these ducks.
Oh, those
Leaves.
ducks.
These are leaves, and I'm going to put these. My wife gives me a look every time I say that. These leaves. So I'm sculpting leaves, and then we're going to put them around the neck of the pumpkin. I did a pumpkin mask on Wednesday, and we're going to finish that up really quick, and then we'll start molding it. I hope to just start the mold wall on the pumpkin about 8 o'clock. So about 10 minutes or so, I should be chewed through all these leaves and be able to start on that pumpkin mold wall to mold the pumpkin mask this evening.
Ezekiel says it's a devil's lettuce sculpt.
Devil's lettuce.
It does look a little bit like the devil's lettuce, but it's only 1 leaf of the devil's lettuce, not the 5-leaf devil's lettuce. Okay. This is how you quickly. Wow, it's so weird. This screen goes dark. Like, look at this screen,
Yeah.
Jacob. It's so dark.
It's some sort of like battery saver.
Are you plugged in? What's your plug in?
Yeah, plugged in.
I was just gonna time out.
It's
'cause
just.
That looks fine
what?
here.
whenever it goes dark, just hit the screen. It fades because it's like
About to
you've
time
been
out.
inactive touching. You weren't touching, so it's about to turn off the screen.
Touch it from where?
Yeah.
That's weird. It doesn't do that when I'm live
Because when
streaming
you're
through.
live streaming,
It's on your phone.
I'm doing something.
Yes. Well, it's YouTube basically saying,
Hey, we're doing stuff?
yes, we're doing something on the phone. Don't turn the screen.
Okay.
But
So I need to go in and adjust my settings, or else that phone could shut off completely, couldn't it? That's not good.
but we're not using
Is there, is this for the pumpkin heads you made?
Yes, this is for the pumpkin head that I made. That's why I'm doing these leaves. Yes. And I'll be putting those on here very shortly. I don't think that'll take very long. And then we will start molding the pumpkin mask, which needs a name.
Pumpkin number 4.
Someone called it like gourd something, and I thought that was
Gordiator.
the Gordiator. So the Gordiator right now is probably the front runner, but I would not mind entertaining some names for the pumpkin mask. And I'm going to let my wife handle what it's named. I'm just saying we should probably name it tonight. The Gordiator is pretty good.
Coordinator it is. Are those oak leaves?
What?
Are those oak leaves?
These are very oak leafy, yes. They look like oak leaves because that's the leaves that are in my head the most, because our property has like 300 oak trees on it. And so those are fast for me. I know pumpkin leaves are bigger and broader and wider, and he's a pumpkin mask, but I don't mind him having an oak leaf necklace, hood, bib on. So, yeah.
Thanks, Stacy. I think that was me shaking the table. That should not be shaky now. Guys, I appreciate this feedback. Thank you.
That one is just going to be shaky. It's on such a long rod.
It is. And
That-
also, I'm working on
Yeah.
this table, so.
Yes.
I think I'm not gonna use that one as much as I'm using your phone and the overhead.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Gordius,
Gordius.
Pumpkin Spice, the Evil Harvester. I love the idea of different colored autumnal leaves. I like the oak leaves, very fall-like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I like fall or something.
Big Pumpkin Gourmet.
What pumpkin?
Big Pumpkin
Pumpkin
Gourmet.
gourmet. Pumpkin pie.
Okay. I thought you said big pumpkin.
Evil Harvester. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. That's funny. That's
easy.
funny. If that's
Pumpkin Spice.
what we're doing now.
You don't want to name it pumpkin spice?
I don't think I want to name it pumpkin spice. So you actually work at Starbucks. How
I
popular
do.
are pumpkin spice lattes?
Oh man, it's every Karen's favorite.
Every Karen's favorite.
As soon as fall launches, everyone comes in, and I'm not a pumpkin person myself, but we have a cold brew coffee with a pumpkin foam on it. That's really good.
Okay.
See Chelsea on his phone. Just a little bit. Can't see Chelsea.
And then we got our pumpkin cream cheese muffin, which is really good.
A pumpkin cream cheese muffin.
It's really
That
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, Chelsea has the whole hipster package. She works at
good. I
Starbucks.
love Starbucks.
Yeah. See?
But I'm actually more of a tea person than a coffee person.
Okay. You know who says that? Hipsters.
You see Chelsea's mask. Here we go.
Okay, I like that camera switching. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so they wanted to see Chelsea's mask.
Yeah.
So the best that is the overhead.
Yeah, that's the best one for right now, yeah.
Yeah, with OBS you can switch between different scenes with like one click, so it's kind of nice. You can go all over.
Well, and that's why we have all these cameras set up.
Cameras.
Harvest King, Hatchman,
Harvest
Gourd-
King is nice.
Gourdmare,
Gourdmare.
Squash the Gourd Jokes.
That was a gourd joke.
Very cool mask, Chelsea. Wow.
Thank
Add
you.
2 more heads, and Plastic Ninja might want to call him King Gorgia.
Oh.
Gorgier. Gorgier.
I don't know.
Gorgier.
The old Gourd man. How many cameras are there now? We have 4 going,
We
Laura
have
Beauty.
4 cameras.
So that mask is looking amazing.
I'm pretty happy with it.
The squeak you heard was Chelsea.
Right.
The Smasher. Love the
The
mask
Smasher.
mouth. Karen's Nightmare.
Karen's our nightmare.
This is like a weird centipede leaf. Like this leaf does not exist in nature, but it wasn't a big enough piece of clay for 2 leaves.
I think it's on this camera right now.
It's on that camera. Well, I'm just going to show everything to this camera. That's who I am as a person. All right. punched away most of your texture on this side
I'm gonna go
and
over.
their jaw.
Yeah.
You flattened it out. All your
I
ridges.
didn't sponge this side as much as.
Where did it go?
It says the audio's gone wavy, audio is freaky, broken sound,
I did go
audio
over
just
it.
went into scatter mode.
The audio, is that everybody saying that?
Yes.
Oh no.
Now,
Okay.
I got this, now it's clear.
All right.
Camera. It was, I think it was this one. I think it was the room camera.
It was on
Which
purpose.
consequently is what I'm using the least.
Okay.
I was just switching to get a look at it.
Can we isolate that?
Saying it's clear.
Like try that camera again and see if that's what they're saying. Guys, we're going to switch cameras. We have a big overhead camera, and we want to find out if that overhead camera is the problem, which is behind me, if it's showing straight just my back. How does it sound like right now, let's say?
Audio's fine. It's when it changes cameras. Okay, so now they're seeing the room camera. Let's see what they say.
Hey, do you think it might be cool or too distracting if I were to bring these
Clear
wrinkles
sound,
down into
or it's
maybe
like
like a
you're
top?
talking in a fan, not that camera. It's good. This one's clear.
Try it.
So room camera's good.
Okay.
Let's go to overhead. We're at overhead now, guys.
All right. We're on the overhead camera, and that is the one that Chelsea is kind of punched over in front of.
I'm sorry.
But I think I'm on the overhead camera too. You can see me knocking out some leaves over here because I love leaves. Leaves are my
awesome.
life. It's what I do. Full of leafy goodness.
Sounds good. That one's fine.
And yeah,
Good.
here we
Sounds
are.
good.
All right.
Overhead is good.
Other than-
And then
Cam. Let's try table cam. Okay.
I would leave it contained. Yeah. I leave it contained in its own thing. And that way it's, yeah, it's a clean two areas. And it's also easy to paint.
Yeah.
The inside one color, the lid tells you it's another color.
Yeah, true.
When those areas carry over like that, it's like, okay, where does the paint stop? You know? Which one's choppy? Okay. That's fine, that's the closest one.
Bad now. Because camera, when you walk to a computer, bad connection, choppy, sound is garbled. It's back now.
Okay.
Keep talking, Alan.
Okay, I'm talking. All right.
Leaves.
So leaves, look at these friggin' leaves. I love it. Bats, frickin' bats.
Sounds good. Now it's good. Better.
So, yeah, I think I might have enough of these.
Back now. Just clear.
There's this one artist I follow on Instagram. I think they go by like Creature Kid or something, but they have these little baby
Yeah.
vampire bats
Right.
figured like wrapped up in a little.
Huh.
they're
What,
cute.
what are they wrapped up in?
They basically just sculpted the head and the body is just like this weird little pod, and they wrap it in some sort of cotton with a
They,
big old pin.
they swaddle it.
Yeah, they
So
swaddle
it's like a
it.
swaddled
It's a swaddled
baby,
baby
but it's
bat.
a baby bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of reminds me of the idea that I talked to you about.
Yes.
That I don't want to say out loud.
I know.
But honestly, I'm kind of excited about it.
I'm excited too.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
If you want me to come over for like shop next to do it here,
Yeah.
were you thinking like full size?
Yes.
Okay.
Like this big.
You know which one I want to sculpt first?
Yes,
Am
I
I
do.
allowed to?
Yes, that's fine. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited now. But yeah,
So-
you have to let me know when.
I have kind of decided, everybody, that I'm going to sculpt a Mammut. That's just a one-piece mold, a full-size, like Mum Ra's pet dog.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sculpt Mammut. And, hold on, I have to go touch a thing, say some words, touch a thing. Okay.
Katie, can I?
Um,
Oh my gosh, these tables are cheap.
yeah, they eat the sides of the table
I just saw that.
because tables are delicious.
Wow.
And I'm going to sculpt a Mammut and just have it be a one-piece foam-filled prop thing, fun, because I like it. When I was sculpting Mum Ra, Mammut showed up quite a bit in reference material, and it just reminded me how much I liked Mammut. Basically, he is a bulldog, like an English bulldog, but he has a tuning fork on his head, kind of, and a much worse underbite.
Nice. Underbites are great.
Mammut. He is a wonderful critter.
If you want me to come back some other time to sculpt the Oni, I wouldn't mind.
I see.
I love Onis so much. It's actually my face mask I wear to work. I made like a bronze Oni with gold teeth, and then
Yeah.
because that one was popular, I did a color variation with like the kabuki
Uh-huh.
style paint. Is everything okay?
Well, just, I don't wanna disturb change how you're sculpting. The camera right now, if I go overhead, it's all the back of your head.
Okay.
And so they can't see what you're doing, but, you know.
Well, they can see me work on these leaves.
They're just thrilled with the leaves. It's
Yeah.
really- that's really what it's about, is the leaves.
They're here for the leaves. Come for the leech man, stay for the leaves. So, also, wife, you did rough your way through naming Gordiator, but we also need to name this leech monster guy. And the name Leech, while very creative, was used by Masters of the Universe.
Is Gordiator what you like?
That's what you said.
I said many things. I said Gordiator, I said Gordius.
You said
I
Gordiator it
King
is.
Gordia.
You're
Gordiator is.
deciding.
Okay, guys, now we
You're-
need a name for the leech creature that Chelsea is making. Something other than, well, leech.
Right. We already have a Leech Lord. We sculpted a Leech Lord 2 weeks ago. So, it can't be that.
Man,
No.
man, you guys are killing me
No.
with these.
What?
The first two suggestions. Two skin. And suck it.
I like that.
All right, hold on. Who
Suck it,
suggested Suck It as a name?
That's great.
Yes.
1980.
Yes.
1980. Wait, honey, change the camera so I can look right into his soul.
Let me do that for you. Here.
Suck it.
Go.
1980. We don't name masks that. You know that.
I would name a mask that.
You would, but that's why you don't get to name things.
I
She's
just get to make things.
quietly to herself, by the way. Chelsea suggested the name Cloaca Face, which I'm also not into. Thank you very much. Just for that, you get 45 more minutes of leaves. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna make leaves.
I thought they were ducks.
Ezekiel suggested Chelsleech.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Parasite.
Oh, that's good.
Goblin.
Hemogoblin. Hemogoblin is really good. Who named that?
Oh, Ross Ryder.
Ross. That's a great name.
Rodney Pope says, I'm definitely going to need one of those, Chelsea.
Hemogoblin.
Hickey.
Hickey.
When you laugh, it encourages them.
Yeah, exactly.
I want you to know that.
Yeah.
When you laugh, it encourages them.
Herodenia. Looking down the sculpt, it looks like it would be a great demon also. Hemogoblin for the win.
I like Hemogoblin, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one.
Siphon Serpents. Inhale Dale.
What?
It's 1980. He's been here since March. You know how he works.
1980. Are you in a state where marijuana is legal? I'm just curious. It's just I'm just asking. There's a lot of states now where it's very legal. Texas is not one of them. Sadly, Chelsea size, sadly.
Oh no,
But
I
then
hate,
you
I hate
you
the
went.
smell of it. No, I laughed. I like giggled. Whenever we went to the Boston Commons, there were some people smoking. It smelled so bad. It smelled like skunk.
Yeah.
My parents says, that has nothing to do with it. But yes. Yes,
I hope you know blacking and
1980.
bruises.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think Hemogoblin is really good. Like that's clever.
So imagine Texas has its fair share of weediologists. Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely.
Yes.
Names are like the old garbage filled kids' cards. Okay, Gordiator and Hemogoblin.
Gordiator and Hemogoblin.
There you go.
Wife, you got to write that down.
Done.
Are you wearing your new Bucky's Halloween shirt?
Yeah, I am.
All right, I'm going to pull over our big pumpkin boy and
boy.
get him set up.
Get him his set up.
Yeah.
Gordiator. Hemogoblin. Okay. Great names. Hickey Delicky, village to fishy villagy. My case is, I'm a Texas native by birth. Okay, we're good with names, guys.
Yes, we appreciate you continuing to name stuff after their name.
That's fine. So now they will be able to see on your face.
But no, the smoothing on the side was kind of on purpose to make it like more organic, and then I could go over
Okay,
what the lines look as a guide.
sure.
Uptenebration, hello.
Hello, Uptenebration.
Which camera are we on? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not blocking.
I can see, you're on Alan's phone right now.
What's the official name for that camera?
Scene 2.
Okay. Just, down the road, it might be helpful if we all remember the names. And by all of us, I mean me.
Warmonger says now you want to rename the dogs.
No,
No.
we're not renaming the dogs by committee. It's not going to happen.
Not when the first 2 suggestions were Two Skin and Suck It. No,
Suck it.
you can't name my dogs. How much will Hemogoblin be?
Well, probably a straight pull would looks like he'd be $75. He's a little big, but he's not that big.
Oh, thanks, Jacob. Great. Oh, Stacy says Hemogoblin is a DC character.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I was
as
thinking
long
s-
as it's not a mask, I think we're good.
As long as it's not a mask?
Yeah.
Oh, the character.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking something with like lamprey in the name.
Christopher Lazote has kittens.
Wife, focus.
Christopher Lazote has kittens.
Focus differently. Focus more than before.
Kittens.
Okay, so I am getting these leaves up in here, up in here.
Your dog is going hardcore at this table.
Yes, eventually the table will fall apart because my dog ate through it.
They shouldn't be teething anymore. They're too old.
10 months?
They're too old.
Christopher Lazote is offering me kittens.
Wife,
Yeah.
be strong.
All right.
Scott Colhart, block Christopher Lazote, ban him from the group.
No, he's my friend. Mr. Jimmy says I have 5 cats and I have to tell my wife no more on a weekly. Christine Gallo, my friends have a long history of taking normal names and just spelling them in the most atrocious ways possible. As I propose
Or lamprey.
Henry.
Lamprey.
It's pronounced Henry. H-A-H-N-N-R-I-E. Wow.
That does
Chad
sound
Smith.
atrocious.
Scott, you really timed out Christopher Lazote.
Yes,
No.
that's what you get for offering kittens. Yeah,
God, Scott.
yeah.
No.
Scott has my back. Scott's got my, he's
That was a
supportive.
joke.
That's supportive.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Christopher.
Offer my wife kitten videos.
How
What
dare
the
you.
hell, man?
Well, she's trying
Let
to-
alone an actual kitten.
That was wrong.
That was wrong.
That was funny. Okay. All right.
Okay, y'all are so mean. Ed Gannon!
Ed.
Ed,
Ed, I have all his albums.
hooray.
Ed Gannon says, I bet Shannon can make some delicious cookies look good like those leaves Alan is making. Heck
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be cool, like leaf cookies.
Chad Smith says, I have a clock that I want to turn into a prop. I want the clock to run backwards, but not as a clock runs. I want it to spin constantly. How do you suggest to accomplish this and what time of motor?
I feel like that would be more of an Ed question.
Go to Harbor Freight and get yourself the cheapest battery-powered screw gun they have, which I think is like $7. It's like a 3.9 volt screw gun. It is a cordless screwdriver. It's not even a gun. But that motor will work perfectly fine. Put that in there. You hook it up to its charger the whole time, so you can actually just plug it in, or you can run it battery operated. And that's what I would do, because you know it's got a good fast turning mechanism, and it has enough torque to run your clock backwards. Just put it on reverse. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Get a thing that already spins.
1980 says you can swap the oak leaves, paint in all green for hemp leaves, and call him Hijack.
Well, I guess you could. And you know what? That's actually really clever.
That's actually
That's very clever, and that would sell me a lot of masks. But you know what? I could also make a lot of money on OnlyFans, but I'm not going to do that either.
The DC character is Kimo Wabino.
That was worth it just for the face that Jacob made.
No, what did you do? The camera.
What did I do? Nothing.
It's not like it's not on camera.
I say nothing. All right. I have to find. Ooh, I found it. My wax, which is right here. Grab another brush. Grab a little more wax. There's a few things on the face that I want to smooth out a bit. Alexa, count down 10 minutes. I have so many projects cooking right now, but remember I talked about mold debt earlier? This is mold debt. This is me. If I don't get these two knocked out, I gotta get one of these molded tonight. It'll be the pumpkin. And then I'll get the leech molded tomorrow. Then when Wednesday comes around, I would have 3 things to mold. I don't want to have 3 things to mold when Wednesday comes. This is a smoothing out of the clay. It's getting some little tool marks out of there. It's getting my thumbprints out of there, my fingerprints. Smoothing out the leaves a bit, making all these creases that I put in harshly more natural. And then I'll be able to mold this pretty quickly.
Bracky UK says hello, and Grimpath says it needs a bigger smile to be hijacked.
Well, yes, it's squint to your eyes.
Lisa Gordon Aarons found some great music for my cemetery by Midnight Syndicate. Has anyone ever heard of them?
Yes, Midnight Syndicate is probably the #1 most mainstream Halloween band around. I'm not saying anything negative by that. They worked very hard to get there. But Midnight Syndicate, they have CDs sold in Walmart. I mean, they're the real deal. Those guys are great. We see them every year at Trans World, when there's a Trans World.
I miss Trans World.
Yeah, and they actually do live concerts too around Halloween time.
That sounds fun.
They do some real good stuff. But yeah, Midnight Syndicate is wonderful. I fully support you supporting Midnight Syndicate.
Picture it with red eyes and a fog machine pumping out of the mouth.
Yeah, 'cause everything's cool with fog coming out of his mouth. There comes a point, all right, so that reminds me of a Bruce Lee quote, all right? And no, it's not about Halloween. What Bruce Lee, one of his famous quotes that I like a lot is, before I studied the martial arts, a punch was just a punch, and a kick was just a kick. And while I was studying the martial arts, a punch was more than a punch, and a kick was more than a kick. Ooh, we're losing a leaf. And a kick was more than a kick. Now that I have mastered the martial arts, a punch is just a punch, and a kick is just a kick. And your statement right there reminded me of that, because lots of haunted house owners and haunted house people and actors who have been there, and I have been guilty of this in the past also. Anything that was like super Halloween or classic, like red LED eyes, fog coming out of the mouth, that is looked upon as it's overdone, it's trite. And so it's kind of like when they're studying Halloween, those things become more, they're you don't want that, you want to do more than that, you want to go deeper. But I think I'm at the point now where I'm so comfortable with all of that, because it goes back to something I told Ed once, is sometimes people just want to see a skeleton. Keep it simple, and red LED eyes and fog rolling out of the mouth, that reeks of Halloween decorations. And there's nothing wrong with reeking of Halloween decorations when it's frickin' Halloween. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to have 4 chapters of a backstory in order to enjoy Halloween and haunting and scaring people. It's okay to just do it. It's okay to say, yeah, the skeletons are cool. That's fine. That's all. And I think
Says
that's
sometimes people just want to see a skeleton.
Yeah,
That's right.
sometimes
Hal
people just-
Helen usually said that when I want to make some incredibly detailed piece.
Oh yeah, Ed is a detailed guy. And you know what? I need people like that around me, because you guys see that I rush through stuff, I'm going to get the product out. I'm going to get it done. But it may not have all the bells and whistles or all the fine detail that someone else might make or took more time on. And I understand that. I hopefully I'm as aware of my limitations as I need to be. But so having people around like Ed who want to push that detail envelope, sometimes I gotta pull him back, and sometimes he's gotta, drag me his way. Works out the same with Jake. Jake is pretty high tech, and I'm, if I can't fix it, then I don't trust it. That's why you see me giving Jacob a lot of side eye over there, because what we're doing now, if things go wrong, be like, okay, I'm just going to turn it off and turn on my phone, because I know that'll work. It won't be as cool. It won't, we won't have multiple cameras, but, it breaks down less, I guess.
1980 says, just like fashion, everything is old is new again.
Yeah, that stuff comes around. And I don't even know that it got old. It just, it got popular, and in a hipster-like sense, we were like, oh, it's popular, so we don't like it now. And I don't think that's the way to go.
You were
I-
plugged in.
I do, yes.
Ed
Yes.
said, and Alan makes me work faster.
Yes. And there's
I-
nothing
I
wrong
wish-
with working faster.
I wish I could work as fast as you.
Yeah, I
Rodney
do.
Cove, I'm going to be getting both of these masks.
Cool. Okay, all right, so there we go. Leaves are brushed out. I brushed the face out. There's some minor imperfections in the face. I'm okay with those. I feel pretty good about this sculpture. This wax is drying. Let's go get some. You know what? What I don't like. What time is it? It's 8:19. I have time to fix these eyes. I don't like the way these eyes are laid out. So I'm gonna fix them.
Optinibration says, another great, suitably Halloween-esque artist is Destiny Beard. She worked with both Midnight Syndicate and Nox Arcana and has the most amazing voice.
Okay. What's her name again?
Destiny Beard.
Feared.
Beard.
Beard?
Like your beard.
Okay. Nice.
Hey, Scott, great. Yeah, Nox Arcana, it's good stuff.
Yeah, they use a lot of the art from, boy, I like Nox Arcana's art. It's Joseph something.
Alan, Christopher Lazone is back, and you say you're sorry.
Christopher Lazo.
Wait, wait, okay, now say you're sorry.
Christopher Lazo, you had better be sorry, or Scott will do it again.
Not what he said.
You don't send her kittens, okay? I got 4 cats. I got 4 cats right now in the house.
So wrong. So wrong. 1980 says, I actually like the sculpt as it is.
I like the sculpt too, but I don't like this stuff inside the eyes. It's going to make seeing harder than it needs to be.
Christopher Lazote says, Shadow Symphony is another great artist similar to Midnight Syndicate. And Line Cook Thor says, Halloween, the rock band.
All right, Christopher Lazote, I'm sorry I had to put you in timeout.
How much for the pumpkin head mask or the head bust? You'd think I'd remember these things.
So foam filled, this guy should be 150.
Ezekiel says I should lock you on the nose. I'm not going to do that. Ed Gannon, boy, now that Chelsea's sculpt is really more polished, it greatly resembles some of her illustration art.
Yeah, I was hoping that her illustration style would shine through,
It does.
and it is. Yeah, it is. Because it doesn't always do that. Sometimes you might have an illustration style, and your sculpting style is different. One of our viewers, Al Matra, got some sculpting tools today, and he is such a talented artist visually. I cannot wait to see what he does sculpturally. Alexa, stop and see kind of how that translates.
Evan says, I see a dog. Yes. Rippat says you need at least 6 cats. I agree.
I don't think that's true.
These 2 sculpts look great in profile. Got my tools today and they are great using them now.
Hey, awesome. So glad. You said you were going to get them dirty today. It's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an edge in here to attach screen.
Jamie Faxon, we all need to send Shannon a kitty.
No, we don't.
Yay!
Scott, Jamie Thaxton, you know what to do.
Don't you do it, Scott Cohart. Don't you do it.
Me and Shannon fight. Everyone suffers. Jacob, you want a chair? Just waiting for something to go wrong. Okay.
He put Jamie in timeout.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah.
No, Michael Lasseter did it.
What?
What is wrong with you guys? That is so rude.
I didn't do it. What are you yelling at me for?
Because
You better yell at Michael
played
Lasseter.
basketball.
I was nice.
That is so rude.
All right. Can you let him out of timeout? Is that possible? Jamie Thaxton?
My friend Forges.
Send everybody a cat.
She painted me a custom mask.
Oh, that's so
I'm
sweet.
so excited.
You should show them.
Yeah.
Go to that camera by Jacob's head.
Which one's on?
You go there. Shannon will see you and fix it.
There are dogs everywhere. So my friend, I believe her Instagram is the Forges, but she does really awesome stuff. She just sculpted this new mask and was taking pre-orders for it. So y'all should go check out her stuff.
With great moderator power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Rodney says, better watch what we say tonight.
Yeah. As long as it don't involve kittens. We're the man coming down.
Use a squirt bottle on it.
Don't bottle.
Free cat with every mask purchase.
Just about.
What's the best tool for making wrinkles? Should I do like a silicone rubber tip? or
What
this-
you're to
this type?
start the wrinkles?
Yeah.
This guy actually. Right here. Is
Yes.
that wide one?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so.
Let's see if we can show. Let's see if
your shot.
Which shot?
Your shot to turn around and plug the product.
They'll never start doing that.
Which product?
See? What?
Oh, my sculpting tools? They know about the sculpting tools. They're fine. No, they didn't come here for commercials. So yeah, the inside of the eye, it's cleaner, and I really liked, I forget what I did the other day. Oh, it was the pumpkin mask for YouTube Wednesday that I did a few weeks ago. How long ago was that? I don't know. But anyway, when I made the eyes just all black, it just brought the whole thing together in my brain. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm putting a ledge in so that I can easily glue screen in here.
Sonic Bay says, yay, it's Chelsea.
Yeah.
Were those teeth latex?
The teeth in the leech, they are not latex. Those teeth are pumpkin teeth. They are plastic. They come from Etsy, and a guy named Bob Connor makes them. And his Etsy is pumpkin teeth. Etsy, pumpkin, all one word, pumpkin teeth.
How much does he charge for them?
They're not bad. It's like $2 for a package of,
Oh,
$2 or
nice.
$3 for a package of 20. And if you say my name and order like 4 or 5 packs, he'll send you an extra free pack.
Big
Yes.
Dog Wolf says that he loves Halloween.
Me too,
Got
buddy.
to see them live in 2008 with Gamma Ray. Hung out with Kai and the gang after the show. It was awesome. Ezekiel says, I'll send my kids with a crate of Tim Tams.
Well, and the kitten can stay as long as I have Tim Tams.
Big Dog says he's waiting for his tools. Can't wait to use them.
They're on the way, sir. I made sure we did a rush order just for you.
Joanne Crowley, did you pull the little skull yet?
I haven't, but I cleaned out the mold. And the important part of that was actually the teeth for the Minotaur. Let's get some pledge.
I love the Allen 12-pack deal on pumpkin tree.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me hang out and sculpt that one.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah. Make pumpkin smell like lemons.
That's right, making pumpkins that smell like lemons. Science!
Have you ever seen those people who somehow like you slice a fruit and there's a different fruit inside of it?
No.
Like a tangerine, you slice it, there's a kiwi and you saw.
That sounds terribly deceiving.
Now, Alan, I've never been around where you use the pledge. What is that?
The pledge is a release. When we make the plaster mold of this, it's going to not stick as much. So when we clean the clay out a little bit easier. Alexa, count down 10 minutes.
See, sorry, I mean the teeth in the picture Chelsea showed us. Were they latex?
Oh no, that's resin.
Resin, like,
Oh, the teeth in the picture that Chelsea showed you. Yes, it's all, those are resin masks.
I love the warts on the pumpkin mask, Alan.
Thank you.
Jamie says he's sorry. Jamie, you shouldn't be saying you're sorry.
Thank you, Jamie. I accept your apology. I like these shopping lights. They give me an angelic glow. I'm
Jamie
probably not
says-
even on this camera.
Jamie says, Alan, I was joking. See?
I know you were joking. Okay. Jamie Line Cook Thor Thaxton has been on the live videos for years. He has been around. We're not going to boot him just because he suggests that Shannon gets a kitten. But we might put him in timeout.
I don't think I like where those on this. I'm trying to figure out what texture it is.
Do you have any visual reference?
But there's so many different like. Some have scale, some have. I want to do more wrinkles like this one does.
So, get out of that then. And look up Leech.
I saw the toy that you were talking about. That was a super cool.
Yes. Leech ZBrush. And look for textures on there.
Okay.
Rodney says, I ordered a Jason Voorhees mask about 2 months ago and I haven't heard any updates on shipping or email. Some people aren't as great as y'all at getting things out. Where'd you get it, Rodney?
Well, I am. Yes, tell us who you asked. But I'm live every night, so it's not like I can hide from people if I don't fill an order. It's you're gonna find me. It's very easy to get on my live feed, say, hey, where's my stuff, and I'll say, hey, here's where your stuff is. And I was actually kind of worried that Psycho Axeman was gonna say, hey, where's my stuff, at one point in time, because he ordered something and it disappeared. And all we knew was the name Psycho Axeman, so we had to hunt him down to be able to send him what he had ordered, which had been done for a while. That was like the first thing he ordered that was not the werewolf.
And some of these, they make them look like a hippo.
Yes. But just look for textures.
Yeah. I might add some scaling like down here.
You might also look at some elephant skin or rhinoceros
Yeah.
skin.
But where would I put the skin? Because it's like he has
It's not
a
okay.
plate head,
It's
you
not
know?
okay. It's not okay. Jacob, yes, Jacob is here. We're working on our cameras, Masato.
Thank you for believing in me, Masato.
He's the one. He's the one who believes in you.
Chad says, speaking of the undelivered mask, have you had a chance to reach out to Justin Fields?
Justin Fields? No. Was I supposed to reach out to Justin Fields? All right, getting this clay out of the way and bagged. Who asked that, honey?
Chad Smith?
Oh, that's right. Chad had an issue with someone. I haven't checked to see if I heard back. I will, though. It was Jeff Fields, right? Jeff Fields.
You said Justin.
Yeah, it's Jeff. Face Factory FX.
Line Cook says, I got my EVA today. I can't wait to start on Whiplash.
Dude, that's awesome. I had a dream the other night. I think it was actually during the day when I was on my chair. I had a dream that I was making a whiplash tail, and I made the whole tail out of pool noodles.
Nathan Jones, you will ship out this week. Sculpting tools and a shirt. Nathan, I will send you a tracking number as soon as we do, so you'll be able to track it. Chad says, that's it, Jeff, thanks.
Yes, Jeff Fields. It's very important when you yell at someone, yell the right name, because it gives them an out.
Welcome back, Chelsea. The mask looks great.
Thank you.
It does look great. It looks good.
Joanne's Fabrics is now selling EVA foam sheets and shapes.
But how much?
Well, just do it when it's 40% off.
Exactly.
It's always,
50%.
yeah.
Michael stopped accepting Joanne's coupons, and I was super upset.
But they also kind of started doing their own sales too. It's never as good as Joann's. That's because Joann's is habitually overpriced. Oh yes. A plastic skeleton that's $14.99 anywhere else is $30 at Joann's
Yeah.
because they know they're going to put out a 50% off coupon.
Yep.
switch to phone cam? That's the pumpkin mix.
And good luck, God will, oh, Finn, we got your money order today. He says, I started sculpting today after work. I've got to get a back brace like Alan's. My back is killing me.
I forgot my back brace at home.
Ezekiel says, I'm so jealous of you guys and your damn 12-foot skeletons.
Yeah. That's hard to get on an airplane, Ezekiel.
Alan, what do you think of Bob Cowell's gorilla?
Yep, it's a gorilla. It's awesome. I like me some big gorillas. It looks good.
You guys agree with that?
It's very well done. It's one of his more polished pieces. He did a giant wasp, I think, 2 years ago. And he does, pretty much now, it seems like he does one project a year, but he knocks it out of the park. So, if you're going to do one project a year, might look at a 30-foot gorilla. But yeah, he's kind of taken this stance, and if you see pictures of his whole display, it's like a 50s sci-fi movie with all these giant animals.
Robbie says, I ordered it a month before THC to wear there. Now I'm hoping I get it before MC6.
Well,
That's MC6. When you said you were going to do Pumpkinhead, I thought of the creature from the movie. My bad, but I really like this one.
yes, this is a Pumpkinhead, not the Pumpkinhead. It froze.
That makes sense.
I'm making myself a delicious beverage.
Man, that sounds good right now.
Have you named the pumpkin yet?
Yes, it is Gordiator.
48.
And let's see.
So I started adding like more layering. I think that looks better.
I agree with you.
Do you think I should duplicate this anywhere else, like maybe right here, up here, or do you think it's fine right there? In the references, it's all just cheese.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, it's just
I
the
wouldn't.
cheese.
Yeah, what you can do though is you can edge in like a lip here, just a little bit. like
Yeah,
that.
I kind of started doing that, but it's not super apparent.
Yeah.
So I'll start doing that.
Yeah,
And,
put a little bit more of a lip on there.
And you were saying to do like an elephant skin texture, but where would you recommend doing that? Maybe just around his mouth?
Up in here would work.
You think so?
Yeah, just over top.
Alexa.
Alexa, stop. That timer tells me it's time for more pledge. Did we finish talking?
Yeah.
Great. I don't always remember.
You're good.
Let's say, did I just walk away from you while we were still talking? Because I don't
The
mean to do
pumpkin
that.
masks come with an ancient Celtic ritual.
Yes, you have to slay your own goat.
The pumpkin needs orange drool and seeds coming out of his mouth.
Well, I will keep that in mind when I'm painting it. Currently, we're in the molding process. You are a bit ahead of the curve.
I really want to bake.
That's like telling someone your baby really needs a college degree because the baby, it's not there yet, man.
I really want to make a pumpkin character that's like based off a white pumpkin. I feel like you don't see that very often.
I see it in silicone a lot. I don't know why they feel the need to do more paint variations on silicone.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like the silicone guys are like, we can do anything. And latex like, well, it's already sculpted, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's even rare to see different paints. I don't see near enough people who sculpt, who do different paint jobs and things on their masks.
I mean, if I started getting into latex mask making, I'd probably do all sorts of variations. I really wanted to do like a scarab variation on that bug I did for Monster Camp.
Oh, yeah? You should.
I should.
Why? I got a slide next to you here and grab a bag of clay.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to show, where am I? I'm on your phone. This is a picture of the, if you guys can see as well, this is Chelsea's Monster Camp
Yeah.
mask. This was what she made at Monster Camp. Let me see if I can, hopefully that's clear. She made an insect in metallics and coppers, kind of a bronze oil. You said you'd love it.
Thank you.
And, really beautiful and completely unique. Nobody would do anything like that.
That's like me. Really beautiful and
Very
completely
unique,
unique.
Alan. Beautiful and unique.
I'm at least
Thank you,
50%
Since
of
he,
it.
and since he's on, here's Warren's Bigfoot. This
Oh,
is third grade killer. He was a massive mass and loved it. I had a hard time watching him go. Okay. Yonkos, make life challenge. This is very cool, Chelsea. Awesome, very good. Chelsea,
Thank
great
you.
mask. So cool, sweet,
Ah.
sweet.
Okay. Chelsea,
Yes.
finish up whatever you're doing,
Okay.
because then you need to help me on this mold,
Cool.
because you want to learn this process.
Yes.
And I want you to learn this process.
I would love to learn this process.
Because the more people who know how to mold masks, the less masks I have to mold.
Hello, Minjera. What you're about to do.
That's the right angle for those.
You're about to mold the coordinator?
We are starting to mold the Gordiator.
Coordinator.
Gordon.
Said it wrong.
Yeah, you said Gordinator like it was Terminator, but it's Gordiator like it's Gladiator. See the difference there?
They're so
It's a
easy.
different emphasis on the syllables. They're so similar.
You have 96 people watching?
Awesome. Hi, everybody.
I'll probably have to finish this all later.
Oh, you have very little left on it. I can knock it out.
Line Cook Thor says, awesome work. That was one of my favorites from Monster Camp.
Oh, thank you.
What'd you do with your mask, Chelsea?
It's sitting in my room on display.
You just love on it.
It's chilling on my bookshelf along with the Junkrat mask that you helped me with.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is Junkrat a character from again?
Overwatch. He just had like a different like alternate costume that was a scarecrow that was really cool. I liked.
What is the concept of the Overwatch game?
It's just multiplayer or like.
You
team-
kill each other?
Basically.
Okay. That sounds fun.
But I haven't played it in so long, but I still love that mask to death.
Chad Flyboy.
Chad Flyboy.
Chad
Whoosh.
Flyboy. Check your email, sir.
I don't think you're on this camera, honey.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Chad Flyboy. Check your email. I need answers from you regarding Monster Camp, sir. Please, please, check your email.
About the monster camps.
I was like tempted to do Monster Camp again just because of how much fun I have. But then I know how many people are trying to get into it, so I don't wanna.
Yeah, there is some of that. Okay, so I have a good healthy slab of clay here. You want at least a half an inch. I don't mind going an inch with these slabs of clay. I just cut it right off the top. And then I'm going to cut it down the center. Long ways.
Is Chelsea wearing a Bucky's Halloween shirt?
I am.
Yes, she is.
The new one.
Not the old one, like an out of style Savage. The new one. No, because a seam line is very hard to Dremel if you put it right on the valleys. If I put it out here on the flat, then it's going to be easier for me to actually clean it up.
Rugged Lee Handsome, hello. He says we need to have a sculptathon and raise enough money to get Stilt Beast a few wireless microphones for multi-camera streams.
Well, now, here's the kicker, all right? I think Jacob even recommended like microphones, but if the technology is a hassle for me, then I'm going to go live less. That's just how it's going to happen. And I don't want that. So I want a nice boom mic in the middle of the room so that, are you guys saying the sound is still bad?
No?
Well, I mean, because he just referenced the sound and we need microphones or whatever, so
No, just,
if the sound is still bad, let us know.
no, they haven't said anything about that.
But no, this can't be much more work. If going live is a lot more work, then I can't do it as much. Or I'll just go back to doing it the way I was doing it, which was not a lot of work.
I think I'm finally getting this to a point where I'm happy with it, because after I left on Wednesday, I saw in the picture so many things wrong with it. So I'm gonna go there. But I think taking the teeth off the sides really helped,
Yeah,
because it shows off that leachy surface.
that's what it's all about.
Hey, sounds good.
Okay. Is the sound comparable to when I normally just go with my phone?
Okay, while you were working, real quick, had a question about Mask Lab. Guys, Mask Lab is going to be, Mask Lab is going to be a lot like we did Compass Lab, which is that, we are going to
Even though that she said that we
you
might
take
start
a
that
spot,
project soon, I might start
you
these
buy a
sections.
spot, and then we're gonna give you a
You're really
choice
excited.
of blanks to work off of. And whatever.
That's
you
where the
got-
microphone is.
Oh, whatever blank that you choose will be ready, based out for you when you get here. And then you're gonna have fur, horns, all kinds of things to decorate the mask, and you're also going to have access to the airbrushes and paint and tools and such, so to learn how to paint and create the mask. So.
Yeah, you'll have a blank that we have already based out. So
Right.
you'll be doing all the finishing work, the hair work, the painting, all of that you guys will be doing.
So that's it's the difference being a lab is a 1-day make and take, a camp is a 3-day full stretch. So it's
Yeah, it's
a
fun.
much shorter experience, but you still come home with something you created. So.
You just didn't sculpt it.
You just didn't sculpt it and mold it and all that. So it's like, you didn't bake the cake, but you get to decorate it, so.
Yeah.
That's kinda how, it's cake. So that is how Mask Lab will work. If anybody has any questions regarding that, I know I haven't released the dates yet, you must wait. We're going to soon,
The dates are coming.
they're coming, but, if you have any other questions, you can always write us at stiltbestudios@gmail.com and I will get you an answer. Okay. Now I'm going to step over the land of dogs. Land of sleeping dogs.
Pretty awesome that you have Shannon as your helper.
Yes.
I do what?
That you're his helper. It's awesome.
I am, my job is to keep him alive. Oh, look at that.
What?
Sweet.
Huh?
Thank you, Kelly O'Brien. The pumpkin is looking awesome. Skin and Bones just sent us $5. Thank
Skin
you.
and Bones, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Chelsea,
Yes.
you got to start looking at what I'm doing over here,
I'm done.
or I'm going to outpace you. All right. So I have these blocks of clay,
Yes.
and you want to do a line, all right?
Usually use my Sharpie here.
Let me show you something on Jacob. Jacob, come here. Jacob, does it He don't listen. All right, so stand up straight, look that way. So there is a point on the shoulders that is the highest possible point.
Yeah.
That is where you want that line to be. It's not as important on the head because there's a lot of fudge room. The shoulders, not so much. Because everywhere that's air is going to be plaster, stone. So if you put your mold wall exactly on half, then they come apart, no problem. But if your mold wall goes over,
It'll be like a.
it's a hook.
Yeah.
You see how it's hooked on his shoulder? I can't pull this straight back without hurting him
Yeah.
or unbending my fingers. And, you know, so it's going to hurt your armature. It could possibly lock somewhere. So make sure most of these have a mold line on them. And you can see that mold line. There's one that I have that is so dangerous. Let me show it to you. Where
The
it,
thing that you put on here was the Lysol, right?
yes.
So no Vaseline or anything?
Nope, you don't use any Vaseline because you want that mold wall to stick. Well, this one's actually pretty dangerous. This is the CFX armature.
Yeah.
See how the high spot is back here?
I was about to say.
And everybody puts their mold wall right here
But that's gonna be.
because that's the middle.
Okay.
And then they have this big hook that pulls on and it gets stuck inside.
You would have to do like a weird zigzag kind of thing, right? Like go.
Well, it just has to come up this way and then shoot forward
Yeah.
and then up. Yes. Okay, go back over here. Yeah. And the easiest way that I have found to find the right, because you want this mold wall. I have made a mistake in haste. I want to mold the back of this head first. I am prepping this to mold the front of the head first.
So
And I miss almost every stinking time. Almost every time, because I like looking at the front of the face.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take this off, and I use.
Is that the only thing you do?
Can I get a pair of those pliers out of that pliers drawer by Shannon's knees? Pliers drawer.
Maybe I've lost,
Looks like it's slowing down. Phones. Okay, everybody having feed? Everybody, did we lose feed, honey?
I thought we did. What I'm hearing is that the sound is better with your phone. The sound is 100 times better than just phone. Like all things, it takes a while for us old people to change.
Okay.
So it sounds good.
We're at 0, it's
So I'm seeing you're just cranking it in.
Yeah,
Yes.
spinning here.
So I'm saying this place sticking that way because you know that lives on.
Right. And I need my little speak. Sit down here so I can see this angle.
And I'm showing that we're still here.
Thank you for teaching me this.
No problem. What?
We're just figuring out.
I mean that individuals are losing their feed, but we're fine.
No. Video's choppy. WinGuard, buffer lag issues.
Okay. So,
Dead rabbit. Don't know. Find the camera, it times out for a few seconds. Having buffer lag issues. Okay. No, I don't think we are on right now. We are on.
Like I said.
Jacob, what's happening? Help me out, sir.
So what's happening?
Am I
is that
live?
You are live. It's cutting in and out and in and out and in and out and in and
Okay.
out. And that is meant.
Right.
One thing I told Shannon is that we can stop the stream and start it right back up again.
Why don't you do a
Have
speed
reset.
test real quick? Right? Well, that'll help us figure it out, right?
You said we're doing the back first, right?
Yes.
I noticed
so I'm doing the back first.